Snacking is a $1.3 trillion category around the world. Our categories are growing at a rate 4, 5, 6%. So they're very attractive.
You spoke on a recent earnings call about the cost cutting and the move to boost profits. I'm interested in the parts of the company where you're not cutting costs and you're investing and you're pouring resources into. What are those?
Well, I would tell you it's a misconception that one cannot cut costs and make investments. In fact, in our case, that's the reason we're cutting costs, is not only to expand our margins, but also to provide the fuel to make investments in growth opportunities. And so it's been a really important part of our equation, particularly during the challenging macro environment that we've all been dealing with over the last couple of years. It's really been imperative that we find ways to lower costs so that we can protect the investments that we're looking to make to protect our growth.
So where are you putting that money?
Primarily, our growth is coming in the emerging markets. 40% of our revenues are in those markets. Mm-hmm. And even though they have slowed down relative to where they have been in the past, they're still growing a couple of times the rate of the developed market.
Your goal is by 2020 to have 25% of your revenue from better choice products.
Actually, 50%.
Is it 50% now?
Yes.
So last I read, so 50%. Yeah. And also to put the calorie count on the front of packaging.
Yes.
Where is corporate responsibility in that? What role do companies have in being as open as they can to consumers about exactly how healthy or unhealthy this product is for you?
As the largest snacking company in the world, I think it's imperative that we be responsible and do what we can to help consumers make informed choices. It pertains to calorie labeling, it pertains to taking out some of the things that consumers don't want, like sodium, like saturated fat. It involves adding more things that are good for them, whole grains, proteins, for example. And we're doing all of those things in addition to making sure that our products are available in portion control sizes like 100-calorie packs or just smaller pack sizes so that they can eat as much or as little of the product as they want.
Leadership. You are consistently named one of Fortune's most powerful, if not the most powerful woman in business. You've held that #1 spot before. You said recently that you learned a very significant lesson in leadership over the past year or so about transparency. What is that?
You know, especially in tough times, it is so important that people trust what you're saying. And so I have found, even when the news is not good, my willingness to be straight with people, to tell it like it is, goes a long way toward their willingness to accept whatever that news is.
How did you learn that lesson? Because you've said silence is far more frightening than bad news. And as the company's in the midst of, $1.5 billion in cost cutting, some leaders do step back and they just keep it in the boardroom and in the executive offices and not communicate it to the employees. Why did you learn to do differently?
After years of being on the receiving end myself of difficult news, I came to realize that the best way to deal with others is the way I would like to be treated myself. And so I have found that even if the news is not what they want to hear, my willingness to get out there, to tell them the truth, and to be clear about what's going on goes a really long way.
You're here at the Fortune Most Powerful Women's Summit. You've come for many, many years. For future female leaders, for whatever leader follows you, what advice do you have for them that you have learned along the way?
Take a risk. I think that is the best advice I can give to female leaders. I think there are so many opportunities to make a difference in our world. There are so many challenges. I think women can bring a unique set of skills to those challenges, and I think but you have to be willing to go for it.
Even if it gives you that feeling in your stomach, like
especially
then.
If it does.
I read that you said that your childhood ambition was to become president of the United States.
That's true.
Certainly not too late. Might we see you run one day?
I think I have met so many of my criteria in having the privilege to lead Mondelez International. It's been a significant role. I've been able to have an impact, which was what motivated me when I was younger to aspire to do something as profound as the presidency.
Have people come to you and asked you to run?
Not yet, and I'm very happy in what I'm doing. Thank you.